G'day and welcome back to the channel. In this highlights video we'll be showcasing some new work from this year whilst exploring quite a number of awesome landscape photography locations. With luck you may even be inspired to get outdoors and visit some of these places yourselves. One of these highlights was definitely a crazy steep hike up the castle in an area known as the Budawangs within Moreton National Park. The last time I had tried this walk I had to bail after running out of both energy and water. This time I was determined not just to summit, but also to camp on the top in order to photograph both sunset and dawn. I opted to carry a lot of water and camera gear, but skipped the tent and sleeping bag to reduce weight.
I think that is actually the track. It's nice and wet.
The route requires some technical scrambling, which involves batmaning up some old fixed ropes that may or may not be in good condition. Eventually, quite late in the day, I managed to top out and was rewarded with amazing views over a spectacular landscape. I found a flat bit of rock on which to sleep through a freezing night and was in position to photograph the dawn. Sitting on the top of the world, all alone in the wilderness, it felt truly magical.
Well, nothing for it but to head all the way back down the mountain again. Right, made it back to the car, all safe and sound. That was a very strenuous walk, camping up at the summit of the castle here in the Budawangs of Moreton National Park. About 13 kilometres up and down, but probably some of the hardest 13 kilometres you'll ever do.
Another highlight of the year was riding my trusty old push bike into Cascade Hut at Kosciuszko National Park. A little over 20 kilometres return, it's very steep. As expected, the uphills got the better of me. It was not that bad, but in terms of effort and time, I gained little over simply hiking. Camping the night at the hut allowed for photographing both the sunset and dawn. The place was more popular than I anticipated, but I was able to capture a nice image between visitors.
Made it to Cascade Hut. I'm thinking a pano, chopping the bottom of that gum and then sort of coming over to that side. So I'm having to focus stack this tree that's right in front of me. As I pan around to this side, I'll focus again on the tree. So one on the hut and then one on the tree and then turn.
At sunset, a heavy golden light beamed through the trees and made the picturesque little glen quite appealing. On another trip to Kosciuszko, I had some luck at White's River Hut. Starting at Guthicka Power Station, it is about a 17-kilometre return journey. The hut is actually quite well maintained and reasonably comfortable inside. You can access it out of Guthicka on foot or by bike in the warmer months. A little stream offers nearby water, making it a great spot to camp. On this occasion, the sunset delivered a blazing orange backdrop to an already beautiful scene.
Alright, made it into the Gungahlin River camping area along a somewhat dodgy powerline road. Subaru made it in okay, but if you are coming down in an all-wheel drive, it's quite a lot of sharp rocks, so yeah, make sure you've got a spare. Alright, I'm going to hike into Davy's hut. It's only about 2.2 k's. Yeah, I'll see you up there. So this is the panorama I'm thinking. The hut looking out across the valley, the plain. Alright, so the decision as to which side of the hut to shoot has been made for me by the cloud. This side has cloud and the other side does not.
Another memorable walk this year was hiking into Pocket's hut. Our boy joined me on this one. We camped the night in our tents in order to photograph both sunset and dawn, and enjoyed every minute. If you've never shared such an adventure with family or friends, I urge you to give it a go. Life doesn't get any better. It even resulted in an image, with the last of the golden light catching the tops of the hills behind the little dwelling and lighting up a few interesting clouds. On another cosy trip, I had a glorious hike along the snowy river heading towards Blue Lake. The trek had been beset by intermittent showers, followed by short bursts of sunshine, causing the perfect conditions for rainbows. Coming across a spectacular gum tree, I decided to set up my camera and simply wait. Incredibly, I had just settled in when a colourful rainbow dropped itself into the scene like it had been custom ordered for the job. Some off-track navigation and a little boulder hopping brought me to Blue Lake, tired but happy and with just enough time to capture the evening light. I felt freed from the pressure to make an image. As a result, creativity flowed and I saw compositions I had driven past for years.
Some gorgeous streaming light over here. I really need the light more in this direction. I think incredibly, the light seems to be getting better. Look at that streaming light coming through. Absolutely gorgeous.
Let's jump north now into the Blue Mountains. One favourite image came from finding a well-hidden viewpoint in the Narrow Neck area. We managed to prove it's possible to have a sunrise all to yourself, right in the heart of the crazy busy Katoomba region. A golden dawn beamed across gorgeous, misty valleys. I was in awe of this landscape as our boy and I stood, cameras at the ready, waiting for the light. Having shot almost every waterfall in the Blueies, I realised I'd missed one of the best. Victoria Falls is a steep walk, but definitely worth it. Down at the coast, we spent several days scouting the Newcastle region. I quite liked the Hawk's Nest area, sand dunes and hills, but very few people. However, the deserving little Zenith beach at the popular Shoal Bay kept calling me back, eventually delivering a couple of photogenic sunrises. Port Macquarie, the ever-windy Tacking Point Lighthouse was stormy all day. Then, in the morning, we had possibly the most colourful sunrise I have ever witnessed. On another special day, we revisited the ever-beautiful Dorrigo National Park. My focus was on Crystal Shower Falls. It can turn into a mud bath after heavy rain, or be dried out and underwhelming in the heat. On this occasion, it was spot on perfect, allowing me to create these images. Wet weather forecast, we spent some quality time in New England National Park. The mossy trees and waterfalls looked absolutely amazing in the foggy conditions. We wandered around in awe of the place, seeing compositions everywhere. Here are a few more images from this year. Hopefully I've inspired you to get outdoors, with or without a camera, and allow yourself to reset and find some peace.
Hope you enjoyed it. If anyone would like any prints, I'll put up the website now. And yeah, I'll catch you all on the next adventure.